I'm going to bring in my next amazing member of my community. She is Dr. Alpa Patel, and she is here to share her journey to becoming a doctor of pharmacy and her American dream. And Dr. Patel, thank you so much for joining me here on the greatest show of all time.
Good morning, Clint.
It is the morning. It's about 2:05 in the morning. So I guess, yes, it is the morning. It's 12:05 in the morning. There you go. So tell us about your journey of becoming a doctor of pharmacy.
Well, Clint, it's a long journey, but I'm happy to share my wonderful experiences in America and how I'm able to live my dream in America. So when I was a little girl, I grew up in a small town, a small village in India. And when I was growing up, I remember I was 10 years old when I found myself laying on my terrace. This is a beautiful house that my grandfather built 100 years ago. And I was looking at large, fluffy clouds at one summer afternoon and thinking, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. And I remember dreaming about being a research scientist or a pharmacist in the middle of peace and quiet in Antarctica, surrounded by ice, in my pristine white jacket. And I was so focused in this research that will help the mankind. And this dream grew into becoming a pharmacist, and my father was my cheerleader. Unlike other Indian fathers, you have heard they don't encourage daughters to go to college. My father was there with me. When I had to study long nights, he knew I had to study. He would stay up with me so that I don't fall asleep, or we would lose electricity in small towns. He would have a lantern ready for me, and he would stay up. So this is the father support. This is the kind of support I had while going through education. Then I met this wonderful gentleman, and I had arranged marriage, and he too was fond of pharmacy field. So I moved to America with him. So when I moved to America, we realized he was a young, aspiring social activist guy, and he had a full life of social activities. And he realized I have a long journey ahead of me. I was still learning American dialect. I did not know how to commune with people here. And also we realized he was in Chicago, settled there, so I would have to move out of state, either go to New Jersey or New York, where I can transfer my Indian degree. So he realized that it would be a long journey. I cannot support you. And I can understand being young and, busy. And he said, you're on your own. So I had $40 in my pocket, and I was pretty much homeless. And I had a brother who supported me. I stayed with him for 6 months. And this wonderful pharmacist gave me a job at a Julasco pharmacy in Chicago. At this pharmacy, we used to have students from UIC, College of Pharmacy. And there was this young pharmacist, I still remember her. She was like a Meredith Grey in Grey's Anatomy. She was bubbly, smart, confident, and she would come work evening shift, and she would share all these wonderful experiences, big protocols and disease states she learned. And then she would counsel patients. So I wanted to become that pharmacist. So I, decided to apply for pharmacy schools. I didn't have enough money. I would work throughout the day and take Greyhound buses and go for interviews. This wonderful dean of St. Louis College of Pharmacy saw my enthusiasm, gave me admission, and rest is the history. I finished 2 residencies, even got board certification. And when I got board certified, there were only 1,400 pharmacists. So it was a new and upcoming certification. And now we have 20,000 pharmacists in America. So
what do you love about being a pharmacist?
I love being a pharmacist because I'm a patient's advocate. In medication therapy, there are so many complications patients can experience, drug interactions, side effects, and for even physicians, there is so many drugs being approved every other day, and it's so complicated. Physicians, they have so much going on, so I could be an expert on the team and work side by side with physicians and nurses and counsel, help them out in taking care of a patient.
Now, I saw you speak yesterday at the New York Academy of Medicine. Mm-hmm. And had you done much speaking before that?
No, this is actually my first radio appearance.
How are you doing so well? How is that happening?
I think that when I met you and when I saw how you had prepared, first I attended one of your events as a guest, and I saw how people were so, confident, and the way you were guiding them, and that gave me a little confidence. And then I attended another event with you, of course, and then just a little nudge from you and just little tips on how to communicate in public. And I think I'm not there yet, but I have very high hopes, and I think you'll get me there.
Did you enjoy Acapulco?
Oh, that was fantastic experience.
It was great to have you with us, and it was so great to have you here on The Greatest Show of All Time. Tell people how they can find out more about your work in the world of pharmacy.
Okay, so I am working on this website, pateldream.com, where I hope to encourage young Americans to learn about how to have a self-awareness, to understand that little nudge that spirit gives you, and then follow that. Stage is ready for you. All you need to do is follow the tapestry of your soul. And success in America is not for selected few. Just follow the signs, and the stage is yours. And I'm living my American dream, and they can have it too.
All right. That's Alpa Patel. Thank you so much for being my guest here on The Greatest Show of All Time.
Thank you.